my desk. I like to sit in the front of the class. I was really into this class. It's the first art class I ever had any respect for the teacher at all for, and this guy was like, he was great. So I was sitting like right next to his desk. That's where they do lectures from. So every time they come in and do a lecture, I'd like doing my cat in between when they're talking. These guys would be like talking, like looking down and talking, and like looking around. And then I'd stop doing it, and like they'd just be thinking about this cat that was in the class that they never saw, and never talk about it.
So did they ever find out?
The class? No. Who? You mean did who find
Anybody?
out?
Did
No.
anybody ever find out that you were the cat?
My whole class, everybody in my class knew, and my teacher knew. But when people would come and do lectures and I'd do it, like, they left the class never knowing. They just heard a cat, and just I stopped doing it before they ever, like, felt like they should say anything about it. But they obviously heard it because they were looking. It's like this lady heard it, and she looked. And then just blew it off. Well, she's got a kid, so I think like the hidden cat's not too much for her. It's not going to really throw her off or anything.
Yeah.
She'll still have a good day. Probably not thinking about the cat again, or she might.
Where was that cat?
Oh, I felt kind of bad one time too. It was like Christmas Eve, and I was in this little clothes store. It's Hess department store, and something. Remember Hess? You remember Hess?
Yeah.
It was
I
in
thought that
Hess.
sounded familiar. I'm like,
It was in Hess department store. There were some old ladies that worked in there, and I was in there and I was doing the cat noise. And they're, oh, that must be Buttons, and they're going around the shop, looking in between the racks of clothes, looking for this cat, and I'm like following them, doing it more. I'm going, I think I heard it over here.
Buttons?
That was it. They named this cat. It was a stray cat. It'd come by the shop and stuff. They'd feed it and stuff. So they knew it sounded like Buttons.
You look like a Buttons.
Uh,
You could be a Buttons.
yeah, it could be. But I'm not. That was their cat. But I felt kind of bad because I didn't tell them I was doing it either. I just kind of left. I probably should have told them. But maybe not.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that elevator deal was.
He doesn't know how we met, or what our connection is. You tell it.
We graduated the same high school.
But you came in. How we met was you came in the store, right? Shortly after you got to Morro Bay.
Yeah.
And actually, that's when Stefika was like doing a light thing. She was giving me light. She was doing that light therapy thing on me.
Yeah.
And I was like up here at the counter, and she was behind me.
Yeah.
Giving me light.
Yeah.
And you walked in, and you were like, it feels so light in here.
That was weird.
And how did we find out that we grew up in the same town? Far from here, by the way.
Well, I told you. It's like my brother lives in Los Osos, and they came up from L.A. It's like, well, what part of L.A.? Tahunga. It's like, oh, that's like right up Sun Valley. That's like the next town.
Yeah.
Sunland. The next Sunland town. Yeah. It's like right there, right next to. It's like, wow.
So we went to the same high school.
It's like, yeah. It's like graduated Verdugo. Me too. Yeah, it's right there. It's like
This
my
is a
neighbors.
small town, though. I mean, this was a really small place. I mean, to be from.
Yeah.
And to meet here in Morro Bay.
It's kind of like there, except without the ocean.
Yeah, it is.
It's real similar, except
Yeah.
with like, oh yeah.
Well, now I'm older, but when I grew up, we had in fact, some of the liquor stores still have the old hitching posts for horses,
Milan's.
like Furman's on
Oh
Sunland
yeah,
Boulevard.
Furman's. That's
yeah.
still, that hasn't changed.
Yeah,
Furman's hasn't changed.
and what used to be called Stonehurst Market, I think it's called like Mustang Market or something.
Yeah.
It's got a horse tack shop across, but there wasn't that before. There was just this long hitching post, and we used to ride down there, hitch our horses, and go buy a bunch of candy.
Yeah. Milan still has the straight posts that come out, but not the part that goes across.
Mm.
Or they did. It was pretty cool, and that was like, yeah. It's just so small. Then Rusty on the other side's from Pasadena.
Yeah.
It's like my neighborhood moved up here.
This is like little San Fernando Valley, or little foothills.
Yeah, except they just like pick some like really choice people. It's like, okay, I'll pick you, and you. And come hang here. Here's a good place. You'll like it here. It's like magic.
Yeah, what do you suppose draws people here?
I think it's the rock.
I think it's the rock too.
I think it's the rock. I think it's a
don't know
magic
what it is
rock.
about the rock, but
So I remember when I was first here, when I was looking for work, when I was living at the commune still, because it's like on the other side of Morro Bay, like almost to Los Osos, going that way. And when I decided I was going to stay, I was like looking for work in San Luis. And I had to like ride a bus to get there. And I got there, and it's like this big, kind of busy, ratty town with all these shops all over. And I'm like, gee, I never had a job before. I don't know how I could work into working in this, have a job. Where I had to be somewhere every day at a certain time. And get there on a bus. I mean, what a routine that would be to wake up. Oh, what time is it? I have to get to work. Oh no, I have to catch my bus. Oh, and every day. It's like, wow, this is like kind of blowing my mind.
there's lots of people who do it.
I know, almost everybody. Else.
Because most of the people our age here are poor.
I know. Oh my God. Well,
Myself included.
Yeah, well, I think I have $4 right now, but that's fine. I don't think I could be happier. Especially now. Oh God. Tell us a story about you. Oh yeah.
Actually, what I'd like to do, say it's a nice natural pause there actually, we should shut off.
It has to be like one of the first times. Was like kind of impressed with the squid model. Looks like a squid.
You can get amongst them, man.
Oh, get amongst them now. No.
No?
I was
Down
just
the
like,
stairs by the hotel. Like
Then come in here.
I
Like that.
think they have.
I'll shoot over you. Come in right here. Oh, the sound is the most important thing right now.
For years up until like 2
Sure.
years ago or something.
Was that like on that walk in between the hotel and those
The
buildings?
Holiday Inn,
Use your wind
yeah.
body to block the wind.
right across from the
There we go.
Holiday
That's
Inn.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, if you back
Yeah,
out,
it's like another kind of a
there we
club
go.
or-
You get a good.
I'm not sure what it is.
There we go.
Exactly.
yeah. It was like
kind
a
of a club.
happening place.
Yeah.
There was a lot of musicians, a lot of. I always went for the bass players. I'd always go home with the bass players. I don't know why.
Better come back with my sweater.
I started listening to Dan Stu who played with me.
I like bass players. Sting, Paul McCartney. They're all really.
There.
The bass players were the heartbeat of the band.
Oh, terrific. I was in Ventura Harbor, right? I didn't have a car, so I couldn't really go, too far away from the boat. But they have that little area down there in the yard where there's like horn blowers and high seas is like one of the bars. This guy, it's the only bar I think, I don't know how far an area or whatever, but you can sit in this guy's bar and smoke and have your beer and smoke inside.
What a privilege.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They had,
Yeah, pretty soon, really, there should be. I mean, I'm surprised there aren't more of them. Just clubs that are smokers club. Smokers. So everybody who goes in there knows there's going to be smoke. So don't bother complaining about it. You don't want smoke, go somewhere else.
They had a raid on his place. They had like 5 police cars in the harbor, and they like stormed his bar. Harbor took him to jail. And took the smokers they were in the bar. Smoking. And fought in court. Yeah, he always fixed her. And he did it more. He doesn't have any employees. That's the stipulation. He doesn't have any employees in the bar. He owns it, he runs it, and it's him. He smokes. So everyone else can smoke. He threw it out.
Really?
Yeah. Now he can smoke it.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. Really cool.
That'll be our next adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. No employees.
As it is Otter Rock down there, because they're considered to be outdoors, you can smoke down there, and that's why karaoke down there is so wild. Because everybody's smoking and drinking. There's something about smoking. It's like everybody cuts loose, they come in and they're like, light up. Right. But don't do them together. They have them on Amtrak. On Amtrak now they have smoking smokers lounge, and they will not let you take drinks because they're afraid that there will be like a nightclub after. And you're going cross country, you got all these smokers. So what we did was basically all the smokers would get together and gang up and go to the steward of the car and say, look, we want to smoke and we want to drink. And we'll clean up after ourselves and we'll take care of everything if you look the other way. And most of them would do it.
Cool.
Some of them would say, no, I can't.
That's cool. Yeah, when I took the train to come up here for my brother's wedding, I got up here on the train. That was really cool.
Moving a little closer.
Let me go back to the smoker's lounge, and it's like the last car.
That's the happening place.
It was cool.
The
It was
smoker's car.
Except there was a bunch of people. They look
Smells bad, but
they look like street people, like kind of, because they're in the back and they have like their cans of beer in these paper bags and they're smoking. And they're going, that's kind of weird. Like on a train, they're kind of hiding it. It's like, it's weird. It's like I didn't really drink, so I didn't think about it. I was just like went back to have a cigarette, and all these people had these cans in paper bags. Oh God. The train was bitching.
so where did you go?
Where'd I go?
Yeah.
Here.
You were coming from
From LA. From Burbank.
Oh yeah. I know that train well.
Yeah. It's a trip. I've been on a train one other time. I came back from Nevada. I had to drive a friend home. He had a rental car and something happened. He got something did him or something. He got this big thing on his ass, so it swelled up. He couldn't sit down. He couldn't drive. He had to get this rental car back in Nevada. I go, well, I don't have a job. I'm not doing anything. I could drive you to Nevada. He's going to buy me a train ticket back. That'd be a fun week.
So did you do it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, it was cool. I'm driving.
Do more of that.
This guy's like laying in his car, every bump he hits going, he was in a lot of pain. And then drive him all the way to Nevada. Got a ticket in Nevada, in the desert. The road there's a trip. It's like, yeah, speed limit's 75. And then all of a sudden the speed limit's 25.
And then they wait for you there?
Yeah. Well, actually, I passed this guy. I was doing like, I was doing about 90. This guy's going, ow, and I'm just driving. Oh, this is really cool. And there's an eagle or something in the road, like walking across. And I'm like, it's like first it was like really small. It's like I was going really fast, so it's getting really big. There's a big bird in the street. I go, dude, look at this. He's going, ow, I can't look, ow. Oh my God, I'm going really fast. I start slowing down a little bit. I'm like down to like 75. And then he takes off. This bird takes off. And then flies. And he's like right by the windshield. He's like turning. He's like looking at me. There's an eagle. There's a big fucking eagle. Like you see on posters and stuff. Like a real eagle in Nevada. So he's looking at me like this far away in the windshield. Whoa! It flies above the car. Like I didn't hit him or anything. But what a rush. Whoa! Dude. It's like, ow. Then I see this highway patrol car goes, I go, oh shit, I'm looking, he turns around, oh shit, I pull over. give him my license, give me a ticket. You know how fast you're going? Like, no, don't really.
You tell them about the eagle.
Yeah, I go, did you see that bird? No, I didn't see the bird. He wasn't moving. Yeah, I have some. I don't think they like people from California and Nevada who drive fast. I don't know.
Anybody like people from California?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
This is like kind of pretty much one of the only places I've been where like most of the people like other people that they know that are from California.
But you're in California.
Yeah, I know. But, I don't know. It's all good. Most of it.
Okay.
Here. It's like heaven.
What is that? Let's be interested. Let's say that they're
And then show me that oyster you did for Hannah this morning.
another Hanna-Barbera production. You know, there's a microphone of that.
Yeah.
Don't say it works.
This is a scallop, actually. Not a,
I know. I hate this
scallop.
guy telling me what to do. I'm like,
Scallop.
You're a star. You need direction.
Not oyster, just
I'll
scallop.
stick a burning incense on this mole.
Oh, come on.
I think a week